Hello gamers, Pet here. Welcome to a first look at a game called Europa Universalis 4. But you might say, hey Pet, you already done a video on. Hello gamers, Pet here. Welcome to a first look at the new DLC for Europa Universalis 4. The DLC is called El Dorado and it brings a couple of new features that are really exciting for me, at least. This is one of the great things about the Paradox DLCs in general. Every time there is a new DLC coming out, you kind of feel excited because it's more like an expansion, like in the old days. It's not like hey, have this cosmetic DLC, right? So El Dorado, as usual, whenever a big DLC comes, there is the free patch that everybody is going to have, that free patch, right? And there is the expansion that improves upon the game. So the free patch actually has a shitload of improvements. I'm not going to go over all the details. Same thing with El Dorado. You know, there are a lot of stuff that are new. So I'm also not going to go into all the details. So I'm just going to go on an overall on the most important aspects of this DLC. So one of the most important aspects when it comes to this to this DLC is the custom nation. You can just create your own nation. So you can click this custom nation button. There is also this new settings where you can, custom nation difficulty. You can put it up to easy, and these are the amount of points that you will have to spend. Normal is 200, hard is 100, very hard is 50, and very easy 800. So the main idea with this number of points, whenever you are creating a new nation, you will have, every nation has various perks. Like a perk might be more advantageous, so of course it's going to be more expensive. So I will go into details when I go there. But one thing that you can do is you can do normal setup, historical setup, or random setup, or custom setup. Basically, you will be able to create all the nations in a way. But I'm not going to focus that. I'm just going to, just go to a custom nation. I can just go, I don't know, let's say somewhere around here. I can just click it. And let's see. You see, these are the amount of points I have. I'm using 6 out of 200. And I'm putting, you see, my points are kind of rising because, hey, I'm creating a bigger and bigger nation, right? I can customize my emblem, I can customize the colors of my emblem, I can even name my country, right? I can even change the color of my country. And you don't have to start on an unexplored land. I can actually create a country within a country, and I will just be that country. Appearance, government. So this is basically the main point where you will spend, well, on the government and on the ideas. But you see, if you are creating a really powerful ruler with a high rating on diplomatic, military, or administrative, you see, I'm basically using points. Same thing comes with your air, right? I can also change the culture. I can also change the religion. I can also change the government. I can also, and you see, each of those government types, these don't cost any points. But for example, a shogunate, rulers reign until death. It's costing me 50 points if I want to use this. If I know a shogunate government, I can change the map graphics, and then I can also change the technology group. So for example, South America, North America really are not really that, they kind of suck in a way. They are a little bit more backwards versus the Western, for example, which you all get 100% of all the technology and so on, right? So then you also have this ideas group where you can really customize your nation, and you can really experiment with it. I mean, some people might not like to use this nation designer. Some people really like to play historical, but in case you want to take Europa Universalis 4 at the next level, this is a good way to actually do it. So let's actually go to the other important aspect of this new DLC. It's basically the El Dorado is focused mainly on the Central and South America. More exactly, you can play with the Aztecs, and Aztecs actually have their own religion called Nahuatl, something like that. So let's actually start the game with the Aztecs. I'm going to turn on the random new world, which is not really available for the El Dorado DLC. You need the I forgot the name. Oh my god, Conquest of Paradise DLC, which is great, guys, really. The Conquest of Paradise, I've done a video. I will put an annotation somewhere around the screen if you want to see stuff about that DLC, but I love this aspect with the randomization of the whole, you know, new world, of the whole North and South America. You know, they will be randomized. So even if you are playing with a country like Portugal from Europe and you plan to explore activating a random brand new world, it's really exciting, because that's what exploration is about. You know, it's about the unknown. I know that I'm talking about an past DLC, but that DLC really got me excited back when it came out, like 1 and a little bit ago, 1 year and a little bit. So other things, so you see, bam, randomized world. I mean, Europe, it's still around over here and it's looking the same, but this new world got generated random. So the thing with the Aztecs is that they, well, not only the Aztecs, Maya, and they are kind of using their own religion in a way, but the most exciting is the Aztecs one, because they do have this doom thing, right? The thing is that depending on how big your region is, right, how big your country is, depending on how many regions you have, you will gain every year. You will gain a number of doom points, right? So you see, doom changes +4 every year due to number of owned provinces +4, right? So if doom reaches 100, nasty things will happen. Basically, my points will be reset, my heir and the whole, the king and the heir, the whole, you know, royal family is going to be killed. So it's really, really nasty to, you know, reach 100 doom. Now, you might say, how do you lower this doom, right? It's simple, by winning battles, occupying provinces, and vassalizing other states. So, in a way, this really forces you to play aggressive. You know, in case you don't know, this whole Aztec religion, they were kind of thinking that, you know, gods can help them in a way. Well, kind of everybody was thinking that, but the thing is that they were kind of requiring to do sacrifices, so the god, you know, so gods will be happy. So that's why they were kind of, you know, hey, let's do another round of sacrifices, bring 1,000 people, chuk 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 chuk, and you know, that's how their doom got lowered. So you see, in a way, this doom mechanic really makes you to play aggressive, and I actually started at least 10 games with the Aztecs. It's not really that easy, especially depending on how the map is being generated, since I like to play random. You see, I need to pick up a few rivals, so Colima and of course Zapotec, which are basically my neighbors in this case. So I might actually try to, you know, get an ally and hope that I will get some units. The problem is that, you see, I get my income is only +1. Let's see if I discovered the. Actually, I've discovered the trading node, so I can send my my merchant to collect. So that will, you know, be a little bit better. But the thing is that you can't really afford to build up a big army and then go conquer, because it's going to cost you a lot. But you are also in a way kind of forced to go and fight, and it's kind of an interesting mechanic on how you have to balance all the things. Now, other stuff that are new in this DLC. Well, as I've said, there are a lot of new stuff, but you will be able to, you know, pirates. One word will be pirates. You know how, you know, I kind of always, I don't really like pirates. I kind of always thought about pirates in a way like zombies, something they are more like mythical. You know, they don't really exist, you know, in a way. But pirates actually existed, and especially during the 1600s until about 1800s, they were kind of, you know, pirate was a profession. So, and the main reasons, let's actually go to the menu. The main reason is that more loading. The main reason is that, you know, after that age of exploration, people, you know, Portugal, Spain, and so on, started to bring up, you know, riches from these lands back home, right? Gold, silver, and all that kind of stuff, right? So basically, pirates, buccaneers back then were, you know, they were kind of at first the buccaneers were kind of supported by England, for example, and France in order to bring Spain dominance down. So the buccaneers were told, hey, you only attack the Spanish ships, but you know how pirates are, and they were doing nasty stuff, especially and you see the whole thing. Once you know a little bit more about history, kind of everything is starting to make sense, and you are kind of making yourself better immersed with this whole Europa Universalis world. Same thing with Crusader Kings too, right? So there is a new mechanic where you will be able to defend against pirates. You will be able to select a couple of pirate ships and tell them, hey, defend against there. And let's actually see what else. I'm going to alt tab, but okay, it's good. So naval exploration. Oh yeah, this is actually kind of cool. You will be able to search for El Dorado. I'm not actually 100% sure how that works, but in a way you kind of have a ship with a colony dude, and you will tell that dude after you unlock something to, hey, look for El Dorado, and he will automatically go looking for El Dorado. And while he does that, you will have a lot of events that are going to pop up, which is, you know, in a way kind of exciting. You will be able, as I've said, pirate hunting. There are some changes on how North America tribal works. They kind of change some stuff. Again, it's a little bit I kind of forgot a little bit on how all the things happen, but again, this is kind of an interesting DLC for me. I'm not really that excited like when I heard about the Conquest of Paradise, because back then I was playing with Portugal, and while I was exploring I was always like, hey, if you want to explore, you know, South America, you have to go and get these islands which will allow you to go here and settle these areas. And it was that we kind of know the map, right? But with El Dorado, I really like this whole aspect, and I really like that El Dorado actually made me read a little bit of real life history. They made me read about the pirates. They made me read a little bit about South America and Central America, because until now in my mind it has been, hey, there are some poor countries over here. There is El Salvador here. There are Honduras and other countries that lived here, and I was like, kind of. But you know, this is what Europa Universalis is doing. It's creating stuff which is, you know, great. It's making me at least interested in more stuff each time they bring up a new expansion, right? A new DLC. So they also have added about at least 40 events that involve Aztecs and Mayas and this whole region. So you will have more, you know, events popping up. So in a way, it's a pretty good DLC overall. I've only skimmed a little bit on the surface. As I've said, the more important aspects is the new custom designer, the custom nation designer, which will allow you to, you know, really go crazy. And then of course the region and the fact that you can play with the Aztecs and try to manage that Doom thing, exactly how it goes. That's also kind of you know, exciting for me at least. So hopefully this video was useful to you. I know it wasn't really a tutorial like I used to do in the past. I didn't have time to play Europa Universalis 4 that much, but in case you want to learn how to play Crusader Kings 2 or Europa Universalis 4, I have some really appreciated guides. I mean, I still receive comments on those two videos saying that, hey, you really helped me play Europa Universalis 4, hey, you really helped me play Crusader Kings 2. So anyway, hopefully this video was useful. Again, if you liked it, please give me a like. If you dislike it, you know, dislike it, but please tell me why, because I do want to improve my videos. And that's about it. See you soon. Goodbye, guys.